Nibbana is fourfold, starting from stream entry to Arahantship. Nibbana is happening at the inner level. It appears that across societies, what is commonly known is the basics or preliminary practices, but not the right kind of practice that is leading to Nibbana. The reason why we want to talk about the practice beyond standard is that as otherwise, most practitioners who are practicing in the standard society ways will not find Nibbana by practicing in such ways, and so that they will likely to continue in samsara despite their efforts and years in practice. If we were to explore some of the ordinary practices, such as meditation practices that are common, living in the present moment, or may it be death meditation, breathing meditation, loving kindness meditation, learning a language, maintaining precepts or training rules, memorizing textbooks, living a lifestyle alone, are not sufficient practices for shaping birth, ending samsara, and gaining Nibbana. Samsara is created in one's thoughts, from one thought to another, when thoughts are met with Buddha and the Triple Gem, meaning when thoughts are able to understand Buddha and his teachings without doubts, out of rites and rituals, to gain an understanding of a stream winner, samsara of a being will be abandoned. Samsara is created in one's mind, and so the training path leading to Nibbana is based on training in one's thought. Given that Nibbana is happening at the universal level, the Triple Gem is universally applicable. And this explains why lifestyle, division, or traditions are not relevant to gaining Nibbana. Karma and merits shape the birth and end of birth in samsara, and Triple Gem shape one's karma and merits. So if one will give priority to the Buddha and to the Triple Gem and to the Noble Order, that will helpful for them in gaining merits. And if one will ignore the importance of Buddha and the Triple Gem or the Noble Order, one will unlikely to gain fourfold Nibbana. If we were to explore some of the ordinary practices, such as maintaining precepts, maintaining training rules, or the kind of meditation practices, the mind functions autonomously without the control of an order. Thus, the effect of such ordinary practices alone, may it be meditation practice, precepts, or training rules, in an ordinary mind state are subject to change. And ordinary practices alone, in the absence of Triple Gem, shaping merits and the end of samsara, is not sufficient to gain stream entry. Instead, if combined such ordinary practices to develop confirmed confidence in Buddha, his teachings leading to Nibbana, and noble disciples, and also train the mind to abandon fetters, non-self-view, doubts, and rites and rituals can be abandoned by training the mind in the middle way. Such techniques will allow others to shape their karma and abandon samsara and gain fourfold Nibbana. One of the convention understanding is that a monk means someone who is practicing and living a kind of a lifestyle based on rituals. And beyond ordinary ways, based on Buddha's training path, a monk means someone who has abandoned self-view and other fetters. A noble monk progressed across 4 stages of Nibbana. Universal level functioning is not about a lifestyle based on rites and rituals, but a lifestyle based on one's purity in thoughts. The ability to maintain respect towards Buddha and his teachings leading to Nibbana, middle mind training, and not grasping or giving too much value to rites and rituals, and standard social practices are the practice that will help one gain to Nibbana. Although teachings of Buddha seem to be preserved over decades as standard social practices, Nibbana can only be gained by training the mind and shaping one's thought process beyond standard ways. If we were to explore this further, for example, standard social practice is that there are two ways: positive thinking and negative thinking. A middle mind training requires abandoning both positive and negative thinking, a practical thing to do. Let's say when something's going wrong and if someone thinks so much negative about it, that would cause a lot of negative mindset and thoughts. If someone is extremely positive about that, the same positive things are subject to change. But the middle way, training the mind, meaning accepting both positive and negative things that are a part of life. If something goes well, that's great. If something doesn't go well, that's still okay. And do what is practically essentially possible to do is a kind of the middle mind training that should be applied in one's daily life. If applied middle mind training, whether it's a king, a person who is homeless, a drunkard, or a monk from a conventional sense, students across schools and universities or employees, they all can gain fourfold Nibbana by practicing the mind in the right manner. The practice remains the same for all. Essentially, each stage of Nibbana and the practice to gain each stage differs. What needs to be done to become a stream winner is training the mind not to possess too much negative or positive things, too much delight in things or too much likes, and not getting delight in things or too much dislikes, abandoning pride, stinginess, developing noble virtues, good habits such as sharing with others, respecting others before stream entry stage, as well as not discriminating others on many grounds and similar things. Slowly and progressively developing the right understanding of a stream winner. Therefore, householder or a ritualistic monk or a man or woman, all people have to practice the mind in the same manner to become a direct disciple of a Buddha. When born in the noble lineage, or when someone becomes a direct disciple or a monk at the universal level, such a monk will be free from future birth. Entering stream entry requires one to pay homage to Buddha, his teachings leading to Nibbana in thoughts day and night, and rituals alone do not indicate that someone will maintain such thoughts day and night. Therefore, more priority and importance should be given to training the mind and thought process that are relevant for gaining Nibbana. That happens at the universal level. Also, from another perspective, up to Anagami state, one can be known as lay or householder because they retain sensual desires and underlying tendency to grasp into desires coming from six senses. An Arahant is the highest progression stage of a noble disciple route, direct disciple of Buddha. What is generally accepted based on convention is not the same thing that are accepted and practiced based on Buddha's training path. The training path leading to Nibbana always lies beyond standard ordinary practices and ways of understanding. May all those who practice and wanting to gain Nibbana be in a position to understand the teachings of Buddha beyond standard ordinary practices, to see the view and understanding of a stream winner and experience fourfold Nibbana if they wish to. Thank you very much.